it's better you have a holistic approach. Otherwise, you will make mistakes. In the speeches here, you have been talking about some countries. One of the countries you talked about is the Philippines. If you look at the data, you'll find that the Philippines is not as successful as South Korea. Although South Korea is a smaller country, the Philippines is a much bigger country and with more natural resources. So you must find out why some countries succeed and others fail, even when they have a lot of natural resources. There is a country like Burma. Burma is a very rich country in terms of natural resources. Land, water, minerals, ocean around. So you should always be very clear about this and listen very carefully to the NRM message. Because the NRM has talked about all this. So therefore, when you are talking about this ICT, which I call electronics, because you must understand the electronics. They are it's the one behind the ICT. You must put it in a total context. Otherwise, you will just run around and you end up with very little or even negative. So the first question is, you need to maybe ask the question, what are the human needs? Omuntu yetaaga ki? And I was trying to think as I was sitting here to list the human needs. Because business, this is all to solve human needs. The first human need is food, emere. You remember some few months ago you were panicking that wheat was not coming and so on. Me, I just laughed. Wheat? Me, I don't eat wheat in the first place. Nze sirya migati, siri muzungu, ndi wa wano mumanyi, you know where I come from. I don't eat rice. I have my food, muhogo. And akalo, millet. Millet is the richest food in life, richer than all those foods you are talking about. Millet has got carbohydrates, protein, and iron, all in one cereal. You don't have anything comparable. You have got doctors here, they can tell you. So, human need number one is food. You don't eat computers, you eat food. Second, human need, crucial human need, is shelter. Where do you stay? The house. So once you look at food, food is a huge industry. The cereals, the proteins, the fats, the vitamins, the salts, all that is food, 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 food. Then you come to shelter. Shelter, you are talking about cement, roofing material, tiles, mabati, timber, furniture, etc. That is all to do with shelter. Big, 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 big. Number 3, clothing, ebyambalo, textiles, shoes, warm clothing, all that is to do with clothing. Number 4, health, ebyobulamu. First of all, the hygiene, the soaps and all that, the disinfectants. Then once you get sick, the diagnostics to diagnose what you are suffering from, the therapeutics, the medicine for treatment, the vaccines. That is now a whole, we now call it pathogenic economy, the economy of diseases. Then security. How do you guard yourself? Are you making weapons that will defend you? The rifles, the tanks, the vehicles, and so on. Then, as society was progressing, mobility, how to move around, became very important, became easier. In the past, we used to walk on foot. Then in some areas, they were using horses. But later on, some other means of mobility came up and down, using vehicles to move around, aircrafts and so on. So mobility. But all these, that's now number 6. But all these need infrastructure. The roads, the railway, the electricity, utilities, and so on. Then you need knowledge. Schools and training centers. That's number 8. Now, number 9, this is now where you come in, you who are here. You are number 9. This is communication. Communication, to communicate. While I'm producing food, another one is producing building materials, another one is producing clothes. How do we communicate? How do we link up? Communicate. So there you come in now. Because if you can communicate quickly, you help us. Then entertainment, musicians. After we have eaten, after we have clothes, after we have shelter, after we have security, then we can kusanyuka. But without food munange, enyimba, awatali mmere. I have been seeing some of my musicians running up and down, jumping up. Let them go to Mogadishu and have a concert there. I can invite them to Mogadishu. Let them go and have a concert in Mogadishu. Or in some of the other places, or Gaza. They can go to Gaza and have a concert there. So, now, here, this ICT comes in as number 9, in communication, to help communication easily. But also, as Dr. Barimunsu was saying, when you put these words in our languages, they are better. I think English is the one confusing you. Communication. What Dr. Barimunsu told you is that when they were looking for the vaccine, this time things were faster. Okwanguya. Electronics, what you now call ICT, eyanguya. First of all, etugata, link us, communicate, but also make things faster, because it is electronic acquisition of data, storing it, and utilizing it. I know this from the army, because in the past we had a problem because you had your rifle, and the rifle was marked 100 meters, 200 meters, 300. I think it would go up to 800 or something on the nani, or 400. I think it's 400 on the rifle. The meters where you can shoot somebody, and you had to do this in the past. We had to do distance estimation so that you sight your rifle properly. But it was not easy to do it just by the eyes. So they would tell you that if you cannot see somebody's eyes properly, that means he's so much distance. If you can see this, like just like that. Yeah. But now, with optical sights, you can see a person and the computer tells you this fellow is so many meters away, and then you adjust quickly. So, ICT yamwe eyanguya etugata ate eyanguya. It makes things much faster. That one is for sure, there's no doubt. The electronics make the okubara. Even a calculator like this one, instead of using the long division method, what we used to use, now you can just, and you quickly get, you divide the denominator into whatever number you want, and you get quickly the answer. So, ICT eyanguya. There's no doubt about that. And then storage. is also easier. As you heard, Dr. Zawede is saying that instead of storing using paper, we are going to use digital to store. Very good. So therefore, what is ICT helping us with? And that's why I support it. I support ICT. I am the one who agreed with Huawei in China, with their chairman, to come and do the digital backbone. Many years ago when I met him, we agreed. But what I don't want you to make a mistake is now to again get lost, because Africans like to get lost. ICT, ICT, ICT. Have you eaten one computer? If you have eaten one, you tell me. Naye bw'oba tolya computer, munange, yogera ku byonna, emmere, and all the other things that I've talked about, and the ICT. So therefore, now this ICT of yours can actually be a new problem for Africa. Because Karisa, this one of NBS, was telling me there in that display center that there are 1,500 young people who have got, you call it what, software or something. I said they are earning some money from it. I said, bakola ki? Kubanga nze werwakitula nkubuuza nti n'okola ki? What are you doing exactly? Ekitugasa, the one which helps us. Now, what I got from him was that these young people, that they have got a followership. Like me, I have got my followers on that rumor mongering center called social media. But for me, I don't use it for rumor mongering, I use it for facts transmission. Now, according to Karisa, I can now use my followers to advertise. And then I am paid. I don't know who is paid. Is it my followers or me? Me, I'm the one who is paid. Oh, Banang. Do I share with the followers or what? Ah, Banang. But now, the question, that's another issue. But now the question is, whose products are you advertising? Are you advertising Uganda's products? Or are you trying to convert Ugandans into importers? Okusaka. So, this ICT of yours, what is it being used for? Is it being used to promote Okusaka? Or, because ebigambo biri, the words are two. Okusaka, no kutunda. Okutunda is when you sell yourself. And Okusaka is when you buy from another family. I think to buy from, if you are promoting buying from within Uganda, then that is good, that is positive. I support that. If you are promoting buying okugula from within Uganda, that's good. If you are promoting buying, selling to the outsiders, that's good. But if you are promoting Okusaka, awo ofuse munyunyusi. You are sucking blood from us and taking it outside. So therefore, the ICT, there are 3 words here. The Nyankore version. Okwangusya. Okwangusya means to make things easier. And or okorafutya. You can even call it okorafutya. There is no doubt about that. That the digital is making things faster, quicker, more efficient, more traceable, traceability. That's why I support the idea of digitizing government processes, because it links us, stores, but also makes traceability easy to trace. But then bear in mind, the big problem of Africa is that when I listed the human needs, which were 10, you remember I said food, basic human needs, food, shelter, and so on, 10 of them. What I forgot to add was, is Uganda dependent in acquiring those needs, or is it independent? Because that's where the big crisis of Africa is now. Other countries are suffering. They don't even have food. You here, when you were crying, I said, no, but you... Now, who has died? And you are now all very fat. I saw you when I was passing here. So, the digital effort we are doing, is it supporting the independence of Uganda or the dependence of Uganda in these basic human needs? And these basic human needs are really what transforms economies. Uganda, we are stable because we are a bit independent. In the area of food, we are independent. In the area of some of the shelter items, cement, steel bars, and so on. You can imagine until recently people were importing furniture from Dubai, but I think that one is also changing. Shoes, leather was being imported. Now we are making it here in Kaumu from your cows. So that struggle is going on. The struggle of making sure that Uganda, mobility we are making, we have been using Japanese cars all these years. And many years ago, I was talking to the Japanese saying, please, you come and assemble your cars here, because we are buying many of them. They were not interested. Now, recently, some of them came and they said they wanted to assemble vehicles here. I said, no, that is finished. I will no longer allow anybody to assemble vehicles here. We shall make them here ourselves. Ebyokuyungira wano ebyo byaggwa omukisa gwabasubwa. We are now going to make the cars ourselves. So therefore, digital innovations are definitely have the potential to improve the quality of life. But Africa has missed these human innovations. The railway was invented. Instead of helping us, it transported colonials here and helped the slave trade. Electricity has been here for more than 100 years. Very few Africans have benefited because of the mistakes of the leaders, of the kings, and then the others who came after. So therefore, please, electronics is a huge step for the human race. But Africa, like all the other scientific innovations, must use it in the right context. To build an economy, NRM point number 5, to build an economy that is independent, integrated, and self-sustaining. That's what we told you from 1986 in the 10 points. If you integrate your ICT with imports, then you are a liability, not an asset to the country. The same with the banks. The banks, the telephone companies like this MTN, the talking people are doing on your phones, what are they talking about? Are they talking to import things, including human hair? Nti omuntu aragiriza enviiri okuva obawa enviiri z'abafu. Is that what you are talking on the phone? If that's what you are talking about, then you are a liability. Huh? What are the telephones used for? To sell or to buy from outside? Kutunda oba kusaka. The banks are giving you loans. Loans for what? For importing or for manufacturing here or for internal distribution. If you give a loan, the bank here gives a loan to a women group to buy maize from Mubende, bring it to Kampala and process it here and sell it, that's good. But if it is to import perfumes, to import wigs, to import wines, then it's not illegal, but it is illegitimate. And that's why Africa has lagged behind. So therefore, it's good you invited me here so that I tell you what I think. Now, for the BPO skills, the BPO skills, the ones I support, are the ones we okutunda ebweru. When the people in Canada, they need auditors, they need bookkeepers who are a bit cheaper than their own people, and our people do it online and send them the results. That's very good. That's what I was recommending all along. And when I told the minister who was involved that time in Asasra, I told him long ago, please do this. They didn't tell me that they had a problem of the cost of the internet. I came to know later. Oh, if that is the case, then we should have worked on it. So, again here, outsourcing. If it is for internal distribution, it's good. To order online, if you want to order my bulls online, good. I welcome you. You can work with my daughter to say, I want a cow, then my daughter answers you. Very good. But now, if you want to use the BPO to Oaxaca, I was still now. But if you can also use the BPO to solve a problem in Canada, I am not greedy. I don't want to take everything myself. Because, of course, Uganda is very rich. We have got everything. We have got the raw materials. Now, if we wake up and we start adding value to all our raw materials, we shall sell a lot of things to the outside world. But we are also buying many things from, I have bought aircraft from Canada, the SGR 900. And I've been buying, I have bought Komatsu equipment for roads from Japan. So if I bought those equipment from them, let them also buy from me milk, medicine, and other things. That's how the world should be. I don't only buy from you small and big, and you buy nothing from me. That's not what I cannot accept to that. So therefore, ICT ebeewo. Now the akatochi. Kuraki Museveni alemedde katochi banange. Is it because Museveni doesn't know about the smartphones? I have heard about them. I have seen them at a distance. But in my work, I need to do more thinking than tinkering with the data and so on and so forth. We in the army, we don't allow a general to drive a car. Because when he's driving, his mind goes from the big issues to the road, the corner, the what. He gets focused on the small and forgets the big. So if I want to know what's happening on the smartphones, I ask my Precious Kamwine, where is she? Come. Precious, what are the rumor mongers saying? Bring your smartphone so that you come and show them. Come here in front. Genderi.